Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to this week's edition of the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast. Just me today. Everybody's a bit busy. Shane's on holiday. Jody's at work. I had the great opportunity to speak to Graham from Monopoly. He's from Six Star PR, and he is pushing the Shrewsbury Monopoly, the Shrewsbury version of Monopoly. And I got the great opportunity to speak to him and find out what's going on. What is this? And we had a really, really good chat. So I will play that for you at the end of this ramble here. We had a few technical difficulties. So thank you to Graham. I did put a tweet out about 2 days ago saying, we're getting an exclusive with the guys from Monopoly. We had technical difficulties, and it didn't actually happen on that day. So we've actually just got it done now, 2 days later, and even then, during this interview, Google Hangouts, which is what I use to speak to people remotely, kept cutting out, so we had to record in like 5-minute bursts. So yeah, it took a bit of patience to get this interview done, but thank you so much, Graham, for putting up with my nonsense. I was going to swear, nearly. Okay, so you're going to hear that, and lots more as well. We're going to work together with this. He said that he's got our support and we've got his support, so we're good. I'm a Monopoly affiliate. So I'm going to jump in here with a bit of extra monologue. I've had to record this in 2 parts. I've actually been really ill the last couple of days, so this is going to get out to you on the Wednesday rather than the Monday it was planned to. I lost my voice. I've been really, really poorly. I did manage to get an interview out on BBC Shropshire the other day, which was cool. I sounded really husky, but I could talk. That was the main thing. I was on the radio. It was really cool. We were talking about comic salopia and about the influence comic books have had on movies. And Shane Chebsey, who runs Comic Salopia, got in touch and was like, "Do you want to go on the radio and talk about comic books and movies?" And I was like, "Yeah." It's like a pig playing around in mud, that's my thing. So I kind of relished that opportunity. So I really enjoyed that. That was really good. Thank you, Shane, for that, giving me that opportunity. Speaking of Comic Salopia, the opener for the festival is going to be on the 31st of May at the Butter Market, featuring singer Dan Owen. You can go onto the Comic Salopia website or Facebook group to see lots about that. You can get tickets. I'll be there. Everybody else from that's supporting the Comic Salopia will be there. It'll be a really good evening. And what's this that's popped up on Shoplatch in town? There's this pop-up pocket park that has suddenly appeared in the middle of the town, which I think is fantastic. It's a nice little green area with benches where if it's a hot sunny day, you can go and sit and enjoy the sun. I think it's a really good idea. Lots of towns are embracing the go green idea, where they take busy streets and for a short period of time, they kill off the traffic and replace it with nice green spaces. There are lots of cities that do this around the world and on a larger scale than this. I think this is just temporary, but I'm all up for this. I want to take the microphone and record a podcast from there. I do, because I think it'd be really cool. Because I'm full of great ideas like that. But yeah, pop-up park right in the middle of the town. Make sure you check it out. There was some great pictures shared by Chris Shirk of from Shrewsbury Where You Are Not. They were posted on our Facebook page. You can check them out. I want to say thank you to the local band I Assassin as well. They've been really supportive of us lately because we wanted them on the show. I got in touch and I said, "Can we do an interview?" And they were like, "Yeah, we'll come on the interview, only if you come to our gig." And they give us free tickets to their gig. So me and Jody went and checked them out at the weekend, and they were fantastic. They were at the Butter Market, and we really enjoyed them. I'm going to try and schedule them in. I'm running a bit late with this show now because of my illness, so I'm kind of running behind now. So I'm going to try and get them on the show at some point this week, and we're going to speak to them. What it's like to be a local musician, not only in today's sort of music world, but in Shrewsbury as well. So I want to see what good experiences they've had. I want to speak to them. Thank you for the tickets. It was a fantastic night. Also, as well, you've noticed that I've been doing a lot. There's been pictures that have surfaced about me. I say surfaced. I uploaded them. I wanted you to see how fabulous I looked.
We did our first prison break at the weekend, and it was fantastic at the Dana. I love working with those guys, all the actors and the writers, everyone that works at that prison. I love them to pieces, and working with them is so much fun. I think if you're having fun with your co-workers, then I think it's going to rub off on the customers. We all get immersed into our characters, and then the customers come along, they get processed as a prisoner, and they get given a cell, and then that's it, the game starts. And the crew that I work with are absolutely fantastic at staying in character, making it interesting, and making it seem authentic as well. So, make sure you check out the Immersive Events Facebook page and their website as well for tickets. We actually got 2 tickets to give away. I haven't actually organised a competition yet, but there will be something up very soon, so keep your eyes peeled. We have 2 tickets to give away, each worth £45 each, so that's £90 worth of tickets to give away. We're going to come up with some sort of competition, so yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that. Really exciting things. I want to also say, before we get on with the show, congratulations to Phil Gillam, who is now being who's official. It's official. He is the Shrewsbury mayor, and I love the guy. He's been very, very supportive of the show and everything we do. We're trying to schedule him in to get him in to do an interview. How much of an honour will it be to have the Shrewsbury mayor come on the show? Not only is the Shrewsbury mayor, but it's Phil Gillam as well. We couldn't find anyone more interesting in the town. So I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, this week's episode is very short. We were hoping to get a longer interview than what we got, but with the technical problems we kind of had to make do with I think it's just under 15 minutes long. But lots of information about this new Monopoly game that's coming on. I'm really, really, really excited about that. I think it's a great tool to get people talking about Shrewsbury, wanting to come to Shrewsbury, and for us locals as well, that just want to, see places that we know on a Monopoly board. How cool is that? So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. We've had lots of really lovely comments and lots of great support lately. I can't thank you enough for your support. The show is growing. We've got so many amazing ideas. There's so much going on. Like, we've got the Bellevue Arts Festival. We've got Comic Salopia. Then the Flower Show will be here soon. There's lots going on, and we're not going to run out of things to talk about this year. And that's the best thing about this town. So yeah, on to Monopoly. And I hope you enjoy this episode. Peace out and catch you next time.
So, Graham, thank you so much. I mean, I've just started recording anyway, so we're up and going. And I think what I'll do is I'll send you the link to this just so you can show the reason why I vehemently wanted to use Google Hangouts, because the sound quality is fantastic. Thank you for joining me on the Biscuit. We are having something very special happening to Shrewsbury, and that is that we're having our very own version of Monopoly. And you're seeing over the PR for this. That's right, isn't it, Graham?
Alex, thank you for the invite. We're absolutely thrilled to be on the podcast. You're all over social media, so thank you for the invite.
No, it was. I really wanted to get my teeth sunk into this because it's a big part of the town, and we're a big part of the town too. Well, we're trying to be anyway. So we thought we'd sink our teeth into. So we are having our own version of Monopoly. It's all out there. Who comes up with the ideas for which town is selected or which version of the game is selected?
So what happens when everyone's opening their lovely presents over Christmas? We soon after go into a darkened room, put on our Monopoly top hats, get the map of Europe out, and then study where for the following Christmas we should do a game. Now, we have to announce it, do the research January, February, then announce it as we did in the spring that Shrewsbury would be getting its own game. Ask the great public to send in suggestions, and we've had some wonderful ones. We've put the board together, and then it just mysteriously gets on the shop shelves in time for Christmas. So it will be this October or November.
It's a real honour. Why Shrewsbury? Who put the idea across? Is that something that Monopoly do, or is it something that people vote for?
Well, originally, many years ago, Shrewsbury was in the running to get its own game, and I think it just got pipped by Stratford. We looked at a whole swathe of cities and towns across the western half of the Midlands of the UK, up to Chester, down to, I think it was Gloucester, and Shrewsbury just missed out. So at that time, we saw it and everyone wanted it. So it went high up on the radar. So this year, we're delighted to announce that the dice is rolling. It was, I wouldn't say necessarily it's always a case of when, as opposed to if, but we always thought one day we will do a Shrewsbury, and we're absolutely delighted to be doing it for this year.
There's plenty of tradition and plenty of history and historical folks as well from Shrewsbury that make the game interesting for sure. And on social media, it's everywhere that you can vote for different places in Shrewsbury for the board. How do you go about voting for these places?
Okay, so there are 3 ways of voting. 2 of them are social media. One of them is actually old technology, which is the post. I think it still does a trade. Anyway, 3 ways. You can send an email to shrewsbury@sixstarpr.co.uk, or you can visit the official Shrewsbury Monopoly Facebook page, and the third alternative, mail, and we do have an address that's on the websites.
And that's how we got in touch. I was like, "Ooh, Shrewsbury Monopoly. Hi, guys. Come on the show." It was great. And what's the response been like for suggestions for places?
It's been absolutely tremendous. It was 2 weeks yesterday. We came into, sadly, rainy on the day, but we were at the castle. The council and tourist leaders were there. Mr. Monopoly himself came up in his limousine from his Mayfair apartment. He decided to give up a bit of time from counting all those millions of Monopoly dollars. He came in, he was pictured in the press, and it was on TV. And at that point, we invited the public to suggest landmark. So we've been overwhelmed with votes. I'm absolutely thrilled, and a big thank you to everyone in Shrewsbury. We've had lots of suggestions. Everything Darwin, the Mounts, his home. Someone said a Darwin set. Put Darwin on the intelligent set. So, for example, the best sets to buy, according to the experts, Alex, are the orange sets.
Oh, right, okay.
You know, what's the reason why, you think?
Oh, I have no idea.
Well positioned after the jail. Lots of people land on them. Not a fortune to build an empire up. Nice returns, and lots of people can go bankrupt landing on there after being in the jail. So someone said, well, why don't you hand over the orange set to Darwin's home, his birthplace, his school, and that's the intelligent one to own. So quite clever. Lots of nice thinking. The Shelton Water Tower and or the Column Pumping Station to be on the waterworks. A lot of people have put a lot of thought into this, and we do thank everyone.
Yeah, Shrewsbury strikes me. It's always stricken me as one of those places that people are just so proud of their place that they can't wait to reel off their favourite places because they're such a passionate town, where it's already been accepted. I know there was they were talking about the brown spaces, the first spaces. Has one of them been allocated yet?
No, but what we might do is give somewhere very, very old onto the brown. So it could be the castle or the abbey. Yeah. I mean, Old Kent Road, by definition, is old. Yeah. It's much talked about. Here's the evidence. We're talking about it now. So give it to a very high-profile place. So it could be one of those two. It could be a park because it's a modest square. It's not going to price people out. So public park, that type of thing. So please, the votes are still live. 2 more weeks to go. Yeah. So keep them coming. We've also, because obviously the people that produce this are not based in Shrewsbury. That's why we're inviting the public. We know quite a bit about Shrewsbury from previous research, but we didn't know these names. So people keep sending in Grope Lane.
Grope Lane, yeah, absolutely. I've seen that quite a lot.
It's a family game. So we can tell you that the chances of Grope Lane being on are not very high. Fish Street. That's a nice name. Butcher's Row. And another one, someone said this is an odd name, but it doesn't look so odd to me. Murray Vance.
Moe Vance. See, I'm new to Shrewsbury. That's why I do the show. I want to tell people why Shrewsbury. I want people to tell me. So that for me is something new. Something that I guess, like, if you're from outside of Shrewsbury, you might want to learn where these places are, especially Fish Street. If you ever do come to Shrewsbury, I do suggest you have a walk up Fish Street because it's quite a spectacular looking place. It looks like a set out of Ebenezer Scrooge or something. It looks like it's never been changed. It's beautiful up there. What about the little icons, little avatars that people get to play as? Are they going to keep them as the traditional kind of boot, dog, car, or are they going to change them to Shrewsbury-fy them a bit?
They stay as the classic. So the spirit is the same of the game, the denomination of the money. So the four corner squares stay, go, jail, free parking, go to jail. The rules are the same, the denomination of the money, the colour of the sets are the same. What is different is all the Mayfairs, Park Lanes, Old Kent Roads, they all become Shrewsbury landmarks, great Salopian landmarks, and the cards take on a funny twist. So you could be sent to Telford instead of jail.
I did see that. That's quite cheeky. I saw that in the Shropshire Star. Somebody suggested. That's quite funny. I work in Telford, and I guarantee they'll. It reminds me of an episode of Simpsons where they got Shelbyville and they're throwing rocks at each other and stuff. That's pretty much what it's like. What I was going to say was, we heard rumours that this is probably going to be one of the first ever monopolies to have two jails on there, because obviously we've got the famous Dana prison here. Well, is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. I mean, we're thinking. So the four corner squares stay the same. So the jail square stays. So where could Dana go? Okay, Dana could go on Old Kent Road, or maybe on one of the higher ranked spaces, Mayfair or Park Lane. It's very popular in the town.
Yeah.
Could be next to the jail. So it's very interesting and intriguing, and please do keep these great suggestions coming.
Do you get a lot of people writing in and being like, can you make my street a purple street so I can say I live in the purple area of Monopoly? Because I can imagine that's quite popular.
We get that. I mean, many years ago, we did a game somewhere in the UK, I'll never forget, and we floated a particular area to be Old Kent Road on the basis it's high profile, much talked about. Letters went to the local paper. No way, please, our property prices will go down. And it was a big campaign. So, within reason, let's say, to the answer to your question.
Yeah, I bet it's. I mean, to be fair, to be featured on a game like this is an honour anyway. Especially I realised in the press release you mentioned that there's going to be a couple of charities possibly involved with this, which I think is a fantastic idea.
Yeah, we can confirm, and we're delighted to say that there will be two charities, possibly a third, but definitely will be two on the community chests. We announced polling opened yesterday, closes for this particular aspect at midnight next Wednesday. Already, 7 Hospice has had an incredible amount of votes and support.
Fantastic.
So please do keep them coming. Ferns, Residential Home, and lots of others have had support.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see the Shrewsbury Ark in there because they do a lot for the homeless community. So the Shrewsbury Ark is a great idea. I mean, if the votes are there, I'll definitely vote for them.
Okay, well, I mean, maybe that could go on a square that's in the sort of on the property ladder. It gets people on the property ladder. I don't mean people that are homeless are buying property as much as they can do or rent them, but it gets the message out there, so that might work.
Yeah. And when is this game looking to be released?
In October, in time for Christmas.
Just in time for Christmas. And people will be able to get these from the usual places like Waterstone, Smiths, that sort of place, yeah?
Yes. So the game will be in all the shops, WH Smith, Waterstones, etc., in Shrewsbury and beyond, although whether Telford will stock it, I don't know. And, of course, widely online, including Amazon.
Fantastic. Like we were talking about this a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, I'll probably have to buy 2 copies, one to play and one to put one to put up. So I'm a bit of a geek, so I might want to keep a nice set just in case. Well, the value of it might go up. You never know. It's a really good idea. Just quickly before we go, if you do have a charity and you do want to get involved with this Monopoly, and you want to put your name forward, what are the regulations for that, just in case?
Right. The 2 requirements are, first of all, the charity has to be currently registered with the Charity Commission for England and Wales. So if someone has set up a worthy charity and applied for status, that wouldn't count under the rules. Has to be currently registered. And the second has to be Shrewsbury focused.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily have to be based in Shrewsbury. So those are the 2 requirements. Voting got underway 2 days ago and closes this Wednesday in 2 days' time at midnight. And there are 3 ways to vote.
Yeah, which you've currently said, the post, through the Facebook page, and through 6 Star PR. That's right?
Correct.
That's right. Well, look, I wish this game all the success in the world. I mean, I guess it'll just be mainly stocked in Shrewsbury, but if it is stocked all over the UK and people can buy it, I hope people go crazy for it, because Shrewsbury is a great town and it's a great place to feature. It's
a wonderful town, and it's going to get the message out there. People will be coming and flocking and visiting and going to the Dana and the Castle and the Abbey, and we're delighted to be doing this game.
And you do have the support of the Biscuit as well. So if there's anything that you need us to push, you want to come back on, there's a great big announcement you want us to push out there, you're very welcome to come on. Oh, I was just saying to you that I won't. If you do come on the show again, I won't be shoving Google Hangouts down your throat like I have been today, because we've had nothing but technical difficulties for like 2 days. So, thank you so much for joining me, Graham. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you for the invite, and we would be delighted to come back in a few months and tell you how the game's going.
Oh, that'd be awesome. And thank you for your patience as well, because it has been quite a hard run trying to get this interview together. All the best for the release of this game. You have my support, and listeners, make sure you get out there and vote for your favourite places to feature on this game.
Thank you for the invite.
Okay, well, thank you very much.